Robbie.
Stephen Brooks. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You know what episode this one is.
311. Come original.
Come original. God, I knew it. I knew you were going to pick that one. Out of all the songs, it could have been Amber is the color of your energy. And you know what? Actually, that might work with what we called this episode. But in this one, we are... we're talking about the summer, but it's actually kind of like, it's basically everything that we've seen, I think, in like 2025, and then some things that we've revisited. And we're just talking about things that we like. There's a little mini review of Fixed because Rob saw it. I still haven't seen it. We talk about all sorts of TV and movies, and it's less about the industry and more about the actual content, the actual stuff that we have been watching. So I think sometimes we get caught up in some of the minutia of things, and while those are fun episodes and while those are fine, and I think some people like those, every once in a while I think it's good to just let people know, like, we watch stuff, and here's what we're watching, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention Smiling Friends is coming out. That's another thing.
Oh, that's right. I did say, though, that I liked Smiling Friends, which I was absolutely convinced that I would not, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, Smiling Friends season 3, right? Season 3?
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's I think we already mentioned there's new Primal, and there's some good stuff that's coming up. So we'll try to stay on top of it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch more stuff. Don't worry about it. We're gonna sit on our butts and watch plenty of things.
That's the state of modern podcasts.
Nothing,
because that is what podcasts do now for the most part. Is just talk about. That's what we turned into for a while. Is we just kept reviewing new movies when they were coming out, and I was like, we're becoming a movie review podcast. But it's a nice little.
Right into our couches.
That is what I have been doing while I have been doing freelance.
Like
I've been sitting
PSA
in this exact. Oh my God, drug
right?
PSAs.
Remember the girl who's just like, is she all right? And she's just melted into the couch. She's like, she's not going to answer you.
I would like to say one thing that is not animation related. But it is a short review that you gave of a movie that I really loved. I loved Weapons. It's a little divisive for some people, and I think sometimes it's hard for people to understand how they might like it, but they're trying to figure out how they like it or how they enjoy it. There are some things that are just hard to pin down. You were like, I think you said something, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, if they could capture the tone in one of those workplace safety PSAs, that like the really violent workplace safety
either workplace
PSAs
or drug PSA,
right? And put it into a movie. I think that is that dials into a very particular. I think there's a bit of comedy, but it is like very violent, and it does deal with some serious things, but you kind of get some stuff out of it, but it's also kind of I think that hits a very particular tone, and I loved that description. You're very good at that. You're very good at like drilling down colors. To just like, yeah. Okay, so I want to say welcome to episode 311 of the Rubber Onion Animation Podcast, and we're calling this one Summer Mustard. Summer Must Watches Surd.
Like Mustard TV.
Summer Absurd.
Summer Mustard, having a blast. Summer Mustard. Leaving my ass.
I'm Don Bluth. I'm Harry Partridge.
Hi, I'm Tom Moore, teenage superhero.
My name's Adam Phillips.
This is Robert Valley.
And I'm in no way doing a forced plug. No, sorry. I won't say that.
Definitely go for that.
And you're listening to...
So, Rob and I just spent probably 15 minutes doing a whole podcast recording about our review of Friendship.
Oh, I thought we were talking about our friendship. Yeah. What is friendship?
That would make it a very different podcast. We had to talk about. So I guess we're going to say in the intro, as we always say, because we record the intro at the end, but this is actually our intro. We're kind of doing a summer ketchup and mustard kind of
and relish
chat. We've made this joke before, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
We have. Okay, all right. Yeah.
We're gonna recycle a bunch of stuff.
Hey, much like a lot of the stuff that I've seen, but I was kind of going through all the movies and TV shows, animated, of course, that I've seen this year, and there were some things I've revisited a few things, and then there's reboots and some new movies that have made me go back and watch original movies or kind of spiritual thing. And then I have a list of movies and shows that I want to see that are still on my list, and that I have looking forward to, either that haven't been released yet or I just haven't got around to watching. So how do you want to do this? What do you want to start with?
Well, I just watched the dog sex movie.
Oh, okay. Let's start. I guess we could start with like streaming movies. I'm just trying to give some sort of, instead of it being completely chaotic. Okay, so Fixed.
Oh,
right?
Oh yeah, and Fixed.
Let me start by saying I have not seen it, and I have to explain why. It is not because I don't want to. I started the movie. Now, I've been annoying about this on the podcast a couple times. I have a dog, and it does. She is great, unless there is a real dog barking on TV, right? So like if a person goes arf arf arf, it doesn't really matter, sound effects. Like if Frank Welker does like a dog bark, she knows the difference. But if she hears a real dog barking on TV, she's like, where's that coming from? And I've tried to train her out of it a couple times, and she's really good as long as there's a lot of barking all at once. But if it's just a little bit of barking and then it stops, and then a little bit more barking and it stops, it just activates her every time. So I had to stop watching the movie because she kept going insane. Because the opening of the movie is like in a dog pound. And so like the background has dogs barking constantly. So anyway, I haven't seen
it's
it.
a dog park.
Oh, is it a dog park? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it because of that. I started playing it. She started going crazy, and I was like, this is untenable. I'm not going to be able to watch this. I'm going to have to watch it with headphones on at some point. I'll work on it later, but like for right now, I just couldn't watch it. So your review.
All right. My review is, so when the trailer came out, of course, it was very controversial. This was following everyone wondering if it was going to get canceled or not, so everyone was just like, we got to save animation. And once the trailer came out, all the people who were like, we got to save animation, was like, what is this crap? Get rid of it. We got to destroy animation. The trailer wasn't great, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I do feel like, the way we criticize animation is the same way we should criticize any film we don't like, whatever. I think the tone of the trailer was not great. It was edited kind of weirdly, but it's really hard to sell this kind of movie. That being said, when I did see the movie itself, it is pretty difficult. I did enjoy it. I do love. All right, so the whole concept of the film I should get to.
Yes.
It's a group of friends who are dogs. One of the main dogs, forgive me, it's been a while since I've seen it, whose name is, I forget the main dog's name.
Oh, is it? It starts with a. It's like, okay, hold on, I'll look it up. Bull.
Yes, Bull. He finds out he is going to get his testicles removed.
Yes,
What do you
going
call
to
the
get fixed.
process? Yeah.
Neutering.
He's going to get neutered. Yeah. So the process, when they do this for the dogs, they like treat them really nice. They let them go crazy. They feed them anything they want. They let them drink out of the toilet bowl. They put Kool-Aid in the toilet bowl, and they're like, "Oh my God, my owners are being so nice to me. Why?" So they put Kool-Aid in the toilet bowl and pretty much drug them, and then that's when they wake up with no balls. So
Okay.
he finds out this is going to happen to him. So they go out and have one last night of just absolute chaos with his friends. And and then the debauchery proceeds.
Okay.
Now I do like kind of movies like this. I remember when I was younger, I watched it was a movie called Hanging with the Homeboys with John Leguizamo and the guy from Cool Runnings. I don't know if it still holds up. It might be completely inappropriate now. And stuff like The Warriors and stuff where it's just like the whole movie is one night of just craziness. And
That's that's a classic kind of
yeah, it's just like Breaking Night.
Yeah.
There's this really funny scene where they're in an alley and all these cats come out from the shadows, and it's
okay.
It's so well. I mean, it's beautifully animated. Now, when it comes to the sexual scenes and stuff, it does feel weird. I mean, listen, I watched Fritz the Cat, all this stuff. I'm not a shy little person, but like, there's a scene where the dogs are having sex, and I don't know whether I'm just used to dogs having sex the way dogs have sex, but the two dogs are having sex missionary, and it just
okay. So I was wondering about this because I actually had this kind of and I was going in with this little hypothesis about people's reaction to it, and I kind of wonder when you brought up Fritz the Cat, and I'm not saying that it's not well animated for what it's going for, but what I mean is like I wondered if maybe part of the reaction of people like, oh, it's gross out in a certain way is because it is so beautifully animated that maybe if it were a little more grungy and a little more rough around the edges, that it might there's something, I don't know, maybe there's just something strange about seeing something so clean and so which would normally be, kind of a not necessarily higher budget, but something that would be marketed a little younger. Rougher around the edges is something that you might be able to get away with a little more. Anyway, that was my hypothesis. Do you think that holds water at all? Thinking back on it, like if it were more. So. If it were not as cleanly, we're not as perfectly smoothly animated like that, would it kind of?
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that, and also just Gandhi, Terry. Oh my God,
Tartakovsky's. I'm just gonna skip ahead of the. We got a lot to get through,
his
man.
Track record of work. I think a lot of people were just kind of like, this is an insult. Animation.
Right. So, the all the texture and all the roughness and everything in Primal.
Yeah.
It was beautifully animated. Let's say it was more textured and still beautifully animated. Would that fix anything, or is it the animation? Like, is it the texture or is it the animation? What do you think? Or is it hard to guess?
It's hard to guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
But I think overall, once people saw it, I think it was still divisive, but I think people did really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think sex now just kind of makes people uncomfortable, especially with animals.
Yeah.
My thing was, I feel like someone is watching this not in a funny way. Someone is looking at this and they are having a really good time watching it.
I gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Everyone has their own. Everyone has their thing, but overall, I thought, the animation was.
Someone got to save months on Patreon payments.
I know there was a whole issue with one animator said, "This is the first project I ever worked on where someone compliments you, but they also give you their criticism of the movie," and someone also said how they were like they were going to stop posting stuff about it because people kept commenting negative things and they had to kind of like block people. And
oh, wow.
People also thought they were getting, they said something about like, it's not life threatening, but they didn't mean to say like, people took it as if they were getting death threats, but they weren't. So people took that and ran with it and said that an animator from Fix is getting death threats. because people don't like the animation, and it just kind of just spread like wildfire. It just gets a little out of control, but it's not worth all that. The animation was great. I think the characters are really fun. And yeah, I think it's just if you're into kind of just wacky, fun animation, just don't take it too serious. So, some raunchy stuff. If you like Sausage Party, that kind of humor, this is right up your alley. This you better bark at this.
It's right up your alley like cat and dog sex.
This is the perfect fire this is perfect tree to pee on.
Well said. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It really is just. It's the same reason that I still, yes, and it's true. I still have not seen all of Flow. Like I have had to watch like clips of it and things like that to respond to things. But there's real animal noises, and it makes my dog go crazy. So I have to watch these movies with headphones on at the moment. And also I will say a strange thing that I have noticed is that there are dogs barking in every single horror movie and comedy, because the best way to show that something is happening, something's moving off screen without showing it yet, which you do in horror movies and you do in comedy, it's a dog barking.
Yeah.
And it's like letting you know that something's coming. I don't think I realized how many movies just had a dog barking until I had one that reacted every single time a dog barks.
Should be some kind of
anyway,
list. No dogs in the following movies.
Well, I mean, I can watch those movies. It's like how sometimes there are certain movies that you can watch only if you see she's barking now. She hears the dog outside barking. There's certain times. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. There's certain times. Oh my God. She hears people outside. They're doing work on the building too. So it's crazy. Sometimes when you sit down, like you have a movie and you're like, okay, this is going to be a sit down movie. This is one that I can't be on my phone. I can't be, whatever. I have to sit down and I have to pay attention to it. I think that's for me now. It's when there's like a lot of dog barking in a movie. Like now that's a sit down movie, because now I have to stop her from barking and disturbing all my neighbors while I watch a movie that has dog bark. Anyway, my cross to bear.
Oh, I should mention also, I mentioned this in the Discord, but I watched it with the missus, and I didn't tell her what the movie was. She had no idea. And then 40 minutes in, she was just half watching it. She was on her phone, and she just looked up and was like, what is this?
It did kick. Oh, so how would you relate it to Strays? Because we watched that as well.
I think Strays kind of had maybe a better direction with the story. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it was Strays might have been a little funny. I was kind of surprised by Strays.
So was I. Yeah, I thought it was going to be raunchier. This one, it seems like this one out raunchies Strays.
I don't know. Actually, maybe. I don't think so.
Maybe just in the sex aspect, because there's not really a lot of that in Strays, but there is a lot of dick jokes and things. What else? Oh, yes, the Discord. You brought that up, man. That started a healthy conversation on the Discord about hand-drawn animation and the different movies that have come out, and like this one, it looked really good, and I wondered if maybe part of the reason it looked good was that it started and stopped a few times because of the budget issues. But it from what I've seen since that conversation on Instagram, I've seen people that have talked about how and it was, I think, brought up on the Discord as well, about how the director, lead animator, supervising animator, they get in there and they were drawing their own keys, and they were drawing over things and making everyone's animation a little bit better and a little more unified, and yeah, I do think that that's probably also something to it. Not saying that other studios and other directors wouldn't do that, but I'm interested to see if there's some more robust making of behind this movie and behind something like oh my God, Day the Earth Blew Up.
Oh yeah,
the Looney Tunes movie. Something that these are two hand-drawn animated movies that are in, I would say, similar styles. If you're talking for for the general public and the way that they see movies, it's not. There's a lot of hand-drawn animated shows and movies that are out there. Like you can't look at something like Scavenger's Reign, and if you look at Scavenger's Reign and Common Side Effects and Day the Earth Blew Up and Fix, you would obviously put Scavenger's Reign and Common Side Effects together and Day the Earth Blew Up and Fixed together. They're closer together than some other. I'm just saying that so that we don't get any like purist out there be like, actually. But I think there's like a Tex Avery connection between Fixed and the Day the Earth Blew Up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting time for animation, and actually, maybe we should continue with some of the hand drawn stuff, because I brought up Scavenger's Reign. Actually, I've been watching Alien Earth. Sorry for all the people who like it out there. I have not been enjoying it, but it's a new show, new series that's based in the alien world, and it got, from what I saw, really good reviews, and I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see this." And then it was like episode 5 is like the best alien movie since Aliens, and I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait!" And I'm watching, and I was like, "This is garbage sci-fi. This is not good at all." But people love it, so hey, I will stand aside and let people enjoy. But because of that, it has, and this is kind of a theme, I guess, throughout my watch history this year that I noticed. It kind of kicked me back to watch Scavenger's Reign, which I never finished, where it was really giving me that kind of alien worlds sci-fi itch that I was looking for. Like I want to say nobody, but like, for the most part, people don't make stupid decisions. I like watching, especially when it comes to, you don't have to have everybody be super smart in sci-fi, but there is something that is very enjoyable about and just a little bit more buttoned up. If someone is on an interstellar spaceship, you kind of expect them to have at least a little bit of competence in something. space travel.
They're trained for this.
They should be trained for this, yeah. And so I guess that's a lot of my problem with episode 5 specifically of Alien Earth, but of other sci-fi in general. I'd say modern sci-fi, because I think it's as things get popular, hard sci-fi kind of goes away, and they're like, well, we have to make sci-fi for the masses. And I'm like, well, you don't have to make people stupid. So Scavenger's Reign has like some really, really smart characters doing thing, and they're taking chances. And then there's this alien world with a lot of really interesting creatures, and some of them are cute, and some of them are just kind of interesting. It's like part, and I understand this is not a new show, but this is my point: is that I've went back and I've revisited, and I've actually liked it a lot more watching it this time around than I did when I first started watching it. So I think the first time I watched it, I was expecting more of a straight up plot, and it does have a plot, but it is kind of more of like you see them. It's this crew that is essentially crash landed on this alien planet, and they're scattered all around different parts of the planet, and for reasons that will become evident after I think the first episode, they have to all go to one spot. They're all like convergent independently. They all realize that they have to go to this one spot, and so that's where we are. And I still haven't finished it, but I have been revisiting it, and so they're kind of like traversing across this alien planet and going to a new place, and it's wonderfully animated.
Yeah, I'm always seeing clips of it. It has, I know nothing of it. I always think it's a music video because it has that music video look to it.
Oh man, it totally has music video vibes. Yeah,
It's very
absolutely.
kind of trippy, just aliens with weird bubbles in their heads, and just really cool animation. I don't know whether this animator or the creator has had other projects that are similar to this, or
You mean before it?
yeah, like the look is very familiar. So maybe this was like someone who's done music video work or something. But yeah, I really love the style of it. I always struggle with animation that is like too serious, and serious meaning
Right.
Like the tone, and if it's too sci-fi and it's too like something with Avatar. Forgive me, people who's yelling at their
The Last Airbender.
yeah, just stuff like that I could never really get into. And for this, I really like the look of it, like the way it's animated and the color choices and the extra work that they put into like just the way the creatures look and the world looks and stuff. So I could see myself getting into at least a couple of episodes of it. I can't promise like the whole
Sure.
thing.
Oh no, I kind of think that you might watch the first, and I will say for people out there, like the first episode, I won't say it's self-contained because it does end on kind of like a cliffhanger. But if you take it as like a longer form animated short, or let's say like 4 animated shorts, I think it's 4. And I'm trying to think of how many characters it kind of goes around to, but kind of combined together. So it was based on a short, Scavengers, which I think we both saw at Animation
okay.
Block Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably what you're thinking of. And yeah, I mean, so the Joseph Bennett and Charles Hutner, I don't know, it's Hutner or Hootner, I don't know. Hootenanny, exactly. Thank you for, yeah. The two of them co-created it. They I think they were probably the ones who both did Scavengers. I don't know who, if anyone else worked on it. But in any case, after that, Scavengers Reign. After Scavengers Reign, they went on to do Common Side Effects, which
I see.
then you have that connection between the two of those. Which I will say, Common Side Effects is another one that I watched a bit of, and then I stopped. And then I went back and I finished it and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's I don't know if this is a me thing or if this is a them thing that like it actually really benefited from a start and stop. It benefited from, but also I kind of feel like it's hard to. Watching things now is very strange because I think there are some shows that benefit from streaming, from binging, and then there are some shows that benefit from a weekly watch, and some shows that benefit from let's say a weekly pack, right? So where they drop like 2 or 3 episodes at once. I don't really know. I think I could probably dig in and unpack which one. I think the ones that do best when they're binging, streaming, when they just drop everything, are the ones that you really shouldn't think too much about.
Yeah.
Because that's my theory on why everyone is going back and like loving Lost so much is because they don't have the experience of watching it week to week and like coming up with all the theories and thinking about things and like, ooh, this is great, and then realizing that they do not pay off on most of the things. Streaming doesn't allow you to really think about it too much. You just kind of go from one episode to the next episode, and they hold your hand and guide you. And then there are some shows that maybe are a little hard to kind of get a momentum going, that could benefit by a pack of like 2 or 3 episodes being dropped at once in a week. So you could watch it. You don't want to watch it 3 in a day, but maybe you watch it like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then you then they drop another couple episodes on Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the weekly ones are obviously the ones that are just like every episode is like a banger, that you just want to.
Yeah.
I just, I want to see what either comes next because I'm interested, or I just love these characters so much. I want to be in this world,
I'm very much if I could be really into something, and as soon as I get into something else, I'll go, I'll go back to that.
That happened. Yeah, that's what happened in Common Side Effects for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Common Side Effects yet?
I haven't finished it. No.
Okay.
That's
Did you see
that's one of
Flow?
my,
I think.
Flow. No.
Yeah, I think we had talked
no.
about what Flow. No,
Did you
that
see
was
Flow? Flow.
really
No.
stupid. That's really stupid. Did you? Okay, so we've talked about this before. I'm just going through some of my hand-drawn animated stuff.
You know what's crazy?
Stuff
My
that-
mom's seen Flow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did she like it?
she did.
Okay, there's the review.
She's like, I love that cat movie.
Rob's mom loves Flow, and Rob's mom barely watches things. When it's on
Mrs.
TV.
UFO, love Flow. And she's on the phone. She doesn't watch movies.
You Flow,
She's on the phone while watching Flow, Mrs. UFO.
which is crazy because there's no dialogue.
Yeah. So she
Okay,
managed to watch
hey,
it.
good for her. Okay. I'm like I said, I'm going through some of these hand-drawn things before we get back to some of the older stuff. That before I'm getting back to the newer stuff. Primal. Did you ever go back and watch Primal? Because there's a new season that's coming out.
I know, yes. And I love Primal, but I'm like I said, it's something that I'm really into. And then as soon as I start watching something else, I give up on it.
Right, because that also doesn't have Well,
Yeah,
most
not
of it
because
doesn't
it doesn't
have dialogue.
have
Most of
dialogue,
it doesn't have dialogue. I don't want to say all of it because they do change that eventually.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I did watch an episode not so long ago, actually. But what was it? Yeah, that's what he went into, like this village.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but as always, every episode's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needs more dog sex though,
That's Rob's review.
or at least dinosaur sex.
Okay, let's go now through some since we're talking a lot about TV, let's go through some of the TV because there's a couple things that I do want to bring up. Let me just talk about the trio of shows that have been on for over a decade that are still out there.
Yeah.
We got South Park, Bob's Burgers, and the return of King of the Hill season 14. Now we talked about the trailer for King of the Hill. I've seen the entire season of King of the Hill season 14.
Yeah.
And South Park is still, their latest season is still going, and a lot of people are talking about it. And then Bob's Burgers is still on TV and still doing its thing. So I kind of want to just talk about the state of, I guess, those three.
Are the new episodes?
Do you watch any of these?
New episodes of Bob's
Yes.
Burgers out?
Yes. So, okay, that's a good way to start. Let's talk about that. Because this is a problem that I have had with Bob's Burgers in the last couple seasons. It's not the show. It's the release strategy, which I'm sure that the show has nothing to do with. I'm sure it's a production thing. But I never have any idea when there is a new episode coming out, and when they start uploading things. And because I mostly watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
I do record it on YouTube TV, but because I don't know when it's coming out, I'm more likely to see it pop up on my streaming thing on Hulu than it is on YouTube TV, because while I do record, and it's like, here you have like new recordings or whatever, it's like new recordings of like older episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, they'll like release like episode 1 week, and then episode 2 another week, and then they will not release anything for like 2 weeks, and then episode 3 comes out, and then episode 4 comes out, and then not release anything for like a month, and then episode 5 comes out. I'm like, what is happening?
I assume their schedule is similar to like The Simpsons and Family Guy, and they're like seasons are done.
So I'm not watching Simpsons and Family Guy. I am watching Bob's Burgers when it comes out. But it does feel like the release is just kind of all over the place. So I just don't know when they're coming out. And I'm sure that there are episodes that are out now that I haven't seen. But that's kind of like where I am. What was the most recent one? 15? So going back, I got like, so going through, let's say the first, the first 10 looks like it was a pack, right? So the first one was uploaded September 29th. Then the next one was October 6th. But then episode 3 was October 20th. And then you go 27, November 3rd, November 10, November 24. So that skipped a couple weeks. And then you go December 8th, December 15th, December 29. So that skipped another. You see what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like, but then episode 11 is May 18th, and then May 29, and then June 5th. So we're kind of getting every 2 weeks, and then every week, and then it's just hard to kind of get a sense of like when is the show coming out. And I'm sure that it's like posted somewhere. I'm sure if I was following someone on it, but this is just.
I feel like they haven't been advertising it much.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a Fox thing. I don't know. Like. Fox has always been doing that shenanigans, so who knows? Oh, well, I guess it's, Fox TV is its own thing still, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, is that
Fox
Disney?
5. It's New York.
Because Disney owns it, but like, I don't know. It's the same people making those weird decisions.
Disney.
Anyway. Right, yes. Hulu.
King of the Hill. I've seen the first episode.
Oh, just the first episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's funny because I think that's like maybe the worst of the season. They have a lot of ground to cover in that first episode. I think they do a fine job, but it's like, this is not really... And I hadn't seen King of the Hill in years. So like, I was like, do I just not remember King of the Hill? Because it's not really the vibe.
It was kind of a rocky start in the beginning.
They're putting all the pieces in place. Episode 2 and 3, I absolutely like. Episode 2 is by far and away. I mean, it blows episode 1 out of the water, and then episode 3 is great. And there are some. I mean, there are some excellent episodes this season. I loved the hell out of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really good. I loved, first of all, Bobby, adult Bobby. I mean, Bobby was always a favorite, but adult Bobby is a joy to watch. And I think they did Peggy pretty well too, because Peggy can be a wet blanket sometimes, but they had a nice episode with her and Bobby. I think everyone kind of gets a good, a good episode, and they play with the dynamics. And oh my God, Dale, just just seeing Dale again was fun. And they had later in the season they have for the people who have passed, who were lost in the ensuing times, and then during the production, they have these little in memoriams at the end of the episodes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I know they have some voice actors change halfway in the season.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference?
So for Dale, not really. No, I thought. I mean, I know that there are people who can tell, and I could. I think it was. No, I think it was. I think they did a really good job. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, from what I took from the first episode, so I was worried that they were going to do too much of the Hank trying to deal with the modern world, because I know they moved to Saudi Arabia for like what
Saudi Arabia,
which seems very out of character, and maybe I was half listening, and I can't imagine like what would make Hank Hill leave Texas to do that. Oh,
it was because the old business shut down. He got an opportunity to do all the propane connections for this like oil company out there, and they were setting him up with like basically an American town, and so it was like this perfectly encapsulated American town. And so he came. So the idea is essentially they have been living in a bubble that has maintained their, Peggy had tried to go out and be like the social one and like learn how to speak the local language and eat the local food and things like that. And Hank not as much, except for one thing which comes up in episode 5, I think, is when they reveal that he's He's got a new joy in life. But no, they don't dwell on that as much. It's just, I think it was just a way to set it up. And that's what I'm saying. Episode 1 it's really just kind of putting the pieces on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, like Hank and Bobby don't even really interact. Like the whole thing is like Bobby's really busy and can't say hi to his parents and all that sort of thing. And the next episode, I'm just going to tell you, the second episode, it's not a spoiler. It's called The Beer Story. It is basically Bobby and Hank start out by getting into micro brewing, because then it's realized that Hank in his retirement can combine his two loves, his love of propane, because you have to have propane to like boil the stuff in the hops and everything, and beer. And so he's like, oh, I'll start home brewing. And Bobby is now like a chef, and so he has all these tasting notes and everything. And they're going to do it together, but then they disagree on stuff and they start doing it separately. And so they're battling with each other over it. It's a perfect setup for a story. It's great. It's awesome. And then the next episode is great because again, it's like more Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely watch episode 2 and 3, and if you don't like it from there, you're not going to like the season.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I didn't give up.
Yeah.
I just it's just something I'm going to return to. It's definitely one of those shows where it makes you always say like, why bother doing a reboot of something?
Right.
But it's definitely one of those shows where it's just like, oh yeah, it makes complete sense to reboot.
I don't know anything about the new showrunners and stuff, but like my God, they really did. They did their homework. They dialed into what we like about the characters. I think that's the most important thing, because I think especially for a TV show that has an ensemble cast like that, you have to. The most interesting thing is you have two characters with two established, very unique identities that sometimes can have like things in common, and then here are things that they don't have in common, and then you find a situation to put them in. Yeah. That's it. That's the engine, and they dialed into what we like about the characters, but then also elevated the kids to an adult plate. Like, what would they be like as adults? And it's great. I think they did an amazing job bringing that show back. I don't know if it's going to hit with like new audiences. I didn't even really watch King of the Hill that much as a kid. I think I probably watched 2 full seasons, and then I watched them. I watched it sporadically. So I really didn't watch that much King of the Hill. I had my own image of like what I liked about it. So I'm not saying I went into this fresh, but I went into it really only having that experience.
Yeah.
And it was great. I loved it. Resounding success for me.
Nice.
South Park.
Oh yeah.
South Park. Can I just say, I appreciate now, because I was like, they're not uploading every week. And then it came out that, oh yeah, they've decided that they're going to upload every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And have like a new episode every 2 weeks. I love that decision. I think that decision's great. It's going to make them go up until December. They don't have to do a weekly thing, because while there is a lot of stuff that happens weekly, there's not often. It's not that there's not a lot of important stuff, but there's going to be so many things that happen between now and December that I think spreading it out allows them to dig into, the most important things that have been going on in the last couple weeks. And it's made for more interesting episodes. That first episode, that premiere of this latest season, people told me to be like ready for it. And I thought when I saw it, oh, that's what they're talking about. Really funny. I'm sure everyone has seen at least clips by now that, turning literally replacing the Saddam and Satan relationship from the movie and making it Trump and Satan, and the images that they chose of Trump are just the guy's got a cartoonish face, man. Like he makes some expressions, and they found the perfect expressions to kind of move around. The animation is really fun when he's just like twiddling his fingers, like, hey, come on, guy, relax, guy. And it's the same voice. It's just it's very funny. It's very clever. I was genuinely shocked at what the jokes that they were doing of a sitting president. I think it really moved the border of what quote unquote edgy is.
Yeah.
They have a way of redefining what the edge of comedy is without I don't know. It's like they kind of move the goalpost, but in a place where it makes sense for now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, it's as,
got a talent.
It's as childish could be. But the thing is, this is following right after.
Sorry for the ice.
The whole Paramount thing, and
Right.
So
This is referring to Paramount had paid out some money for legal settlement over the was it 60 Minutes?
yeah,
or is it,
over interview with Kamala Harris being edited and Trump suing and stuff.
The CBS thing, yeah. Also, the two of them got a very lucrative deal. So now they're basically like tenured writers, if that makes sense. Like they're tenured creators where they have like a 1 billion deal.
Oh yeah.
To be still on for the next like few years. It's
than God. But the whole thing is just pretty much like they're angry at Paramount. So it's not
right.
It's not like LOL, let's make fun of Trump necessarily. It's just like this is going to get him mad at Paramount. This is going to get him directly. And I
think it's a little bit.
Well,
I think it's a little bit.
Because the whole argument is just like, I hate the whole, like a lot of the right saying like, they avoided years of Biden jokes. And I just like, first of all, I don't even think South Park was on air most of the time when Biden was president.
I don't like. I had rewatched some episodes during the Fairview years because obviously we paired up with them, and what a joy all that was. But then I have seen the movies that have come out. That they put up on Paramount Plus, and a lot of those are like kind of sweeping social things. But yeah, it's if you pick on a person, that person either has to represent a wider issue, or that person has to be specifically putting themselves out there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. That's the difference between like a Biden and a Trump presidency. Is like Biden's mostly, if you don't like him, I think you can still at least admit that most of his stuff was like behind the scenes, kind of. The administration was doing the work that they thought was important, but it's not Biden doing big pressy kind of things, and Trump's the other way. He is the figurehead. So like obviously, I just from a straight up comedy perspective, it just makes sense that you have to pick like a figurehead. You have to pick someone who's going to, and Biden's just not as interesting.
Trump became the character that everyone has been calling him, like even more now. Like, so I think
he leaned into it.
Yeah, originally, the South Park guys were just like, he's just too ridiculous, so we can't. It's making fun of him is just so it's almost corny because everyone's doing it, and now it's just so up to the point where it's just like you have to, and now that that whole crowd is just kind of like resurfacing. We're becoming like the early 2000s again, and like so you have.
There was a whole article about how the right and left are trying to bring the R word back in comedy. Like that's where we are now as a society.
So like, and I think with the thing with the Biden thing, like Biden, that whole time it was more about where we were culturally, and South Park they made fun of a lot of aspects about that. The PC babies, they did the diversity in movies. They kind of, lean into like, Macho Man Randy Savage and like women's sports and stuff. Like they did a lot of what the right hated mostly was where the culture was, not the administration, because Biden really
Right.
wasn't much around, really. He did his appearances and stuff like that. The most Trumpy thing Biden did was complain about the air in the potato chip bags. Remember he was complaining about how much chips were in a bag? That was the most Trumpy thing he's
I
done.
actually really forgot about that.
And like, so what was it? The whole episode would have just been Biden like nodding off at the podium or something.
Right.
So for them to just be like, for them not to see how bizarre things, this behavior is, and everyone around him, and to the point where South Park has to shed a light on it. It's interesting. And then the ones who are playing
Sure.
along with it, like, oh yeah. But then we also have to, like, I don't know, we can't all be like, they're on our side now. They're on our side. I hate the back and forth of like,
Wait, are people saying? I think South Park has always been. They've always done the thing. They're comedy first, and then they have their message and they have their perspective, and most of it is like, I think they really just want to live in a world where they can make fun of anything.
well, yeah,
That's
if you
what they-
find
that's what they
something
want.
to be ridiculous enough, and you can find some kind of like, way to morally express something, but also point out how bizarre something can be
Right.
comedically. They find a way to do that. But yeah, there is a kind of thing now where both sides are like, yeah, but what about when they did this? Yeah, but what about when they did that?
Oh my God, they're doing a Simpsons did it, but now it's South Park did it, and
Yeah,
it's South Park did it, but for moral outrage.
Oh, the liberals didn't care.
yeah,
The liberals really cared when they did this.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. You guys you're barking up the wrong tree if that's what you're doing. But strictly from a comedy perspective, from a writing and structure and everything. I mean, they seem to have an energy this season that they haven't had in the last couple. I mean, they're always doing good stuff. They're always like putting out things that for their brand of comedy works, and this season it just seems like. I can feel an energy coming off of it.
Definitely. It's nice.
It's nice in a new season. Like, what are we up to now? What's the newest season?
It's in the 20s, I think. Maybe 27.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to say.
Okay. While you're thinking about that, I want to say that. It looks like it's 26 is. What we're in? Oh no, 27. 27 is what we're in now.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that I didn't even realize, like, when we because of that episode, I went back and I watched South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, the movie, and I swear I thought that was after like 5-10 years of them being on air. It was 2. We were on air for 2 years, and then they came out with a movie, and I totally forgot. Once I looked at that, I was like, oh, I do remember that being like very fast and impressive. But it's also the year that like I went off to college, so like I don't know, it was just
there was no Butters. There was Randy Marsh wasn't even like a fully fleshed character then.
Yeah, it's wild what they have done. I just say the last thing also, I worked on the last season of Archer, so like that was another thing that I like finally got around to watching it. It was great.
Oh, nice.
That's it. Season 14. And other things that I've seen this that have been on streaming and TV or whatever. Blue Eye Samurai. I know that I think that was a last year thing. I loved Blue Eye Samurai. I think we talked about it already. Tales of the TMNT. Again, I think that was a couple of years ago on Paramount Plus. But it's great. It's wonderfully animated. I think people they were like, "Why is this so choppy?" And I hate. I hate when people say pick on very clearly wonderfully animated and wonderfully designed things, and they're like, I don't like this one little thing about it. And like, yeah, it's great. It has a lot of it's sweet, let's say. And then Love, Death and Robots season 4, which I think we talked about last as well.
I really want to like.
This is all good stuff. I'm just trying to say as a recap in case you haven't been listening to other things. These are all things that I sign off on. I like.
I want Love, Death and Robots to try and throw in a little more. Maybe a little less of the 3D aspects and kind of like do some more kind of maybe stop motion stuff, maybe some like hand drawn and,
I think it's really up to the studios that they're with, because I think that was my thing about the David Fincher thing is like, I would have found it way more interesting if he actually used marionettes. Yeah. And they did have one where it was like, was it Reese Darby, is that his name? I forget. Reese something. Werewolves, not swearwolves. Do you know that? Our flag means death. I
can't think of it.
Shoot. Anyway.
Yeah.
I feel so bad that I forgot his name. I know it's Reese, but anyway, he was in one where it was like, it's live action. It's completely live action except for an alien aspect, and so they kind of like throw some
there's some good stuff there, and of course Robert Valley's always the
oh my
MVP
god
there.
I think his style has like that was like an evolution of his style that is really impressive. I love it's so unique, and if this is not getting him and maybe he doesn't want to do it, but God, I would love to see a movie in his style. I would in that particular like animated, hand drawn, 2D.
That's the adult animated.
It's so unique.
We need out there.
Yes,
rated R, PG-13, whatever. Just
I don't even care if it's rated R. I just think it is visually arresting.
Yeah,
and I really want to see. I want to see what a wide audience would do with that thing, but you gotta get a good writer in there. You gotta get like but I think visually speaking, I mean it's really impressive. I totally know what you mean about the different styles. Stop motion would be excellent. Some more 2D stuff. They had other ones. The it was Zeke Found Religion. Is that what's called? I mean, there's always like some 2D stuff in there that's good, but it's mostly CG and visual effects. I mean, was it Blur Studios? Tim, from Blur Studios.
Oh, did we talk about Bullet Time?
No. Oh my goodness, no, because because I haven't seen it yet. Okay,
you haven't seen it.
No, and I know it's like a short, and I like downloaded. I actually watched the behind the scenes first. Oh my god!
Well, Bullet Time.
I watched the making of the stop motion thing before I actually saw the animated short. I scrolled through it, but I was like, I think when you sent it to me, I didn't have my headphones on me. I was out, and I had like downloaded it on my phone, so I had scrolled through just to see the visuals, but I haven't like heard it or anything. Yeah. So I know it, but yeah.
Well, Bullet Time for the most part it's a pilot of kind of a 90s throwback kind of look. The main character is a dog who's not having sex with anyone yet. And,
that we know.
That we know of. And the look of it, it's very Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life.
It's like a perfect halfway point between those two.
Yeah, a lot of mixed media, very bright colors. And there's stop motion elements in there. There's just all kinds of just kind of like it's not cell animation, but it mimics that kind of that look, that 90s look. And the music, the theme song is Danny Elfman, and the voice actor for the dog is Eric Bowser.
Bowser.
We saw some of the I can't think of the stop motion animators' names or any of the animators' names at the moment, but we saw a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for it, and it was just really cool stuff. So yeah, if you can look up any kind of look up the short on YouTube and look up any of the behind the scenes stuff, highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. There was another animated short that I had to look up because I had to remember what it was. I think we talked about the Gaslight District already. That pilot from the Glitch team, and that was really good. You saw that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another one. I think Plinko and Mark. By Thrash and Bash. That's another little. So there's a whole thing now about creating these kind of these animated shorts as a trailer for a show or as a pitch for a show. It's not abnormal, but it seems to be really on the rise, and I think that's probably a result of in the vacuum in the wake of COVID, let's say, going into like the COVID boost in animation going into the writers and actors strike, that drop off that we had, and now we're kind of in this lull. And I think there's a lot of people with even I wrote a pitch bible, like for I have my whole pitch deck all ready to go as soon as I meet an executive, but I think everyone has kind of worked on something like that, and this is another avenue to have something in the for the vacuum that we're in at the moment. Yeah. Predator Killer of Killers, animated movie. It's kind of like an anthology in the Predator world. It's supposed to lead up to essentially Predator Badlands because they're trying to like explore a little bit more about the Predator. The Predators themselves, that world. I'm sure they have a name, but I forgot the name. It starts with a Y. But it's kind of if you like Arcane, and which I loved Arcane season 1 and 2. If you haven't seen that, please watch that. If you like that and you like Love, Death, and Robots and that kind of stuff, you like Spider-Verse, all this kind of like really stylized stuff. Predator Killer of Killers, watch that. It's on Hulu. I'm trying to run through some things because we're getting toward the end here, but I feel like I shouldn't even say anything about Mufasa. But let me just say I saw it and it made me want to watch the original Lion King, and I went back, and Lion King is damn near a perfect film. So this is what I mean about like watching. I saw Lilo and Stitch.
The new Disney reboots can do.
Exactly.
Make you watch the old ones.
And I think I think that might actually be part of the strategy, because I saw the Lilo and Stitch, the new live action hybrid movie, like that one. It's what it make like $1 billion worldwide. Like it's one of the biggest. I haven't seen. I don't even know how you pronounce like it's Neja 2 or something. Anyway, I haven't seen that animated movie, the Chinese animated movie. They just released it. Yeah. When it comes on streaming, I'll check it out. But like that one, I think is the biggest earner in all of the world. But like Lilo and Stitch is, I think maybe second. I can't remember. I watched it. I reviewed it. Didn't like it, but I went back and I watched the original. I was like, this is great. It's like a perfect movie. And funny enough, I went and I watched Rescuers Down Under just because, I was looking for some fun characters. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I think it actually happened because I watched The Naked Gun, and then I went back and I watched Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers because it was the same team. And then I was like, oh, the Rescuers, and then I watched Rescuers Down Under. It's a nice little thread. It's you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of watch these things and go like, oh, I think I'll go back, and so I've been revisiting a lot of stuff. Upcoming November 26th, Zootopia 2.
All I know about it is there's like a horse mare.
Well, the big thing is that we have reptiles now. Now we got snake. There weren't reptiles, I think, in the first one. And then the other thing, we still haven't seen Night of the Zoopocalypse, but that's up on Peacock, I believe. Yeah. And long story short, I haven't seen yet. That's up on Netflix. That's a series.
All right.
Do you got anything else?
No. A long story short, is that the creators of BoJack?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen clips of that. No, I don't think I have anything else really.
Okay.
I'm looking around my room as if there's like
I know
a cartoon under my table.
Let me just say that it has taken us a long time to get to this, and that is because, as I had mentioned, I think this might be another maybe an episode that will come up later. That maybe that should be the next one. I don't know. They'll just be about like, what's going on in freelance at the moment, because that's kind of what I'm experiencing. But again, just like the previous year, like I didn't have anything for months at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden I get multiple jobs all at once. So I've, and you have to give each one of them the full attention that they need, and that just means longer days, right? That's just what it means for. So I have been swamped in the last few weeks, and I don't even think we talked about The Late Show.
Oh yeah.
And you have also had a lot to digest.
I'll be very free soon.
Free. You will be available. I don't. Free is the wrong word.
Oh, yeah. Free sounds like I'm happy about it. Available is more of the sadly available.
We should definitely talk. Maybe that is a good. That's a good topic for next week. So maybe that's a preview for not next week, but next episode, that we'll kind of talk about the situation of freelance and stuff, and where I am at the moment. I got to get past a couple projects before I start talking about it. Okay. Anything else? Is that all good? Yeah.
We all good?
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of the Rubber and the Animation Podcast. Thanks for joining us, everyone. These are our, we talked about them. Most of them are recommendations. I think I'll make a list, I guess, of what we talk about, if I have time to do that in the thing. Otherwise, just if we mention something, it's you should check it out. See if you like it, because there's a lot of different types of animation, a lot of different types of storytelling you can pull from what we talk about. Recommendations from two people in their 40s. Rob, why don't you tell them how they can follow you for more recommendations and your funny little you've been uploading more stuff again, which is
just
little stuff, but
here and there. And,
I've been enjoying it.
The spooky season coming up. I got some good spooky cartoons coming up, and
love it.
At Rob UFO on every social media stuff. And
there you go.
I had a good run of saying this throughout the whole show, so I'm just going to say it one last time. Dog sex. Steven Brooks, how about you?
I love that you said that right when you handed it off to me. I'm Steven Brooks. I'm the Rubber Onion. You can follow me everywhere. That's it, guys. That's it. Let's just call it. Rob is dying. You tickled yourself so much with that. I am not calling this episode Dog Sex. I'm just going to tell you right now. All right. See you next time.
Bow wow.
Oh, boy.